with this Leagues Cup thing finally coming into an end. Glad to have our Liga MX back starting this weekend. I'm not too big a fan of the Leagues Cup, so that's why I don't cover it. I did cover it one year. I just didn't like it. I didn't like covering it. I didn't like how the teams would be. The teams would you would kind of get news, not get full squads, things like that. That's why I just don't want to mess with the Leagues Cup. I'll enjoy it just as a fan, but I'll be honest with you guys, it bores me. So I'm just glad this Leagues Cup thing is coming to an end. So let's get started. Let's break down some of these weekends game. It's actually not going to be a full card. Friday and I think even Saturday and Sunday are short, but they are going to have games on Monday, so a little bit of a weird schedule for this round, for round 4. We have Tigres at home on Friday night. Puebla coming in. You know, guys, Tigres should win this one, no problem. They were on quite a little bit of a win streak, and then they ended up losing to LAFC. So I don't know how much that's going to affect them, if they care at all. Puebla is a team that has been able to find the back of the net pretty easily. It doesn't matter who the opponent is so far, but this is probably, I think, their more better defensive opponent. So I could see a shutout, and I think if we're going to get this over, Tigres is going to do majority of the lifting, and if not, maybe Puebla might even help us out right there. So probably 2-1 Tigres. I think both teams' score is also definitely worth taking a shot on for plus 150. I usually don't see it that high, so that's kind of what, I think it's possible. I think Puebla does get shut out, quite possibly, very high possibly, but from what they've shown us recently is that they can find the back of the net. So I got no problem playing over 2.5 and playing both teams to score. To Saturday's card, we got another big favorite in America. Querétaro coming in at a plus 1,000 underdog. Guys, America should win this quite easily, but I gotta be on that plus 1,000. I'm just gonna take a little small bet. This is just straight gambling, but there's no other valuable spot on this game specifically, so I'm just gonna go for the plus 1,000, and I'm just gonna keep playing my normal over strategy. But America should win, but they're on a losing streak, guys. Querétaro is also on a losing streak. They have not won a single game this season, so everything is rightfully explained as far as our numbers, our prices, but there's just not a lot of value other than just straight gambling at this point. So that's what I'm doing for this match. It's just a straight gamble. I would say just pass unless you want to just take a small shot on a plus 1,000 dog, because anything can happen in this Liga MX. But there's really no other reason other than straight gambling. Move on to what I think is going to be match of the night for Saturday. Straight bias here, so I'm warning you guys, straight bias. I recommend you do the opposite of what I say for, a couple games, and including this one. Atlas for me, Atlas money line. I think this game is going to be just a straight back and forth goal shootout, 4-3, something like that. I think this is going to be just a very high scoring game. I think it's usually pretty fun when these two teams play too, but for me, I'm just going to be on my team. I do think Pachuca is the better team. Don't get me wrong on that. I think Pachuca is the way better team, but I'm just going to back my team here in what I think is going to be a shootout game. We're just going to see goals, I think, first and second half and the whole game. That's why easy over for me, and then I'm just going to back my team. But Pachuca is the better team, guys, so do with that information what you will. And then this game has the potential to be a total banger. I just think that certain teams, man, when they meet, it's just everything, all hell's loose, exciting back and forth. And I think this one will be too. It's the first time I see Tijuana as a dog, actually, against a team that they probably should be favored against. They probably have somebody out of the squad or something like that, but Tijuana usually is a favorite against these kind of teams. And for Mazatlan to be a little bit of a favorite, I think that tells me all. But Tijuana is a little bit of a weird team, because when they are favorites, they really don't tend to win convincingly. So now as a dog, I think it's one of those teams where if it's a dog, they're probably not going to also play as good. If they play pretty bad as a favorite, I don't think it's one of those teams that they play better as as an underdog. So for me, it's going to be Mazatlan money line. And again, just because I think Mazatlan at home is just somebody who scores definitely a lot more than they do on the road. But that's been like that for a while. So I think they can possibly even carry the over by themselves. And I think we even see one from Tijuana if the game does end up going that way. Or it could also be a Tijuana blowout. But I don't think we're going to have any problems going the over. And Tijuana, I don't like them as a favorite. I don't really like them as a dog. I'm going to have to go with Mazatlan picking up a win at home.